Selema Pagi. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you today? My name is Youngmin Lee. I am working for the Korea Research Institute of Vocational Education and Training. It is called Korea-Indonesia, and currently the president of the Korean Society of Industrial Education. I am happy to give a welcoming speech at an international webinar held by the Indonesia Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology under the theme of the direction of vocational education after COVID-19. First of all, I would like to thank everyone who attended. In the past 3 years, we have experienced many changes and gone through a difficult process due to COVID-19. As face-to-face activities were banned or restricted due to COVID-19 pandemic in school education, home education and training also emerged in order to continuously strengthen students' competencies. Particularly in vocational education, where practice is important to cultivate the ability to do it. The demand of online virtual learning systems has rapidly increased as a way to increase the effectiveness of home education and training. The Korean government also allowed vocational education institutes to legally provide education and training through a virtual environment to respond to the ban and the restrictions on face-to-face activities caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, and allowed non-face-to-face learning and training to be recognized as a result of learning. On the other hand, in order to achieve effective vocational education in situations such as COVID-19 pandemic, we found a more complete platform for implementing non-face-to-face vocational education, guaranteeing the quality of vocational education, gaps in educational environment within regions, and the educational inequality. In addition, we also confirmed the challenge of how to strengthen teacher expertise with the ability to effectively and efficiently educate students in a virtual vocational educational environment. Now that the COVID-19 pandemic has shifted to a law, setting the direction of vocational education after COVID-19 is considered a very important issue. So first of all, long-term growth of vocational skills through digital transformation, as well as vocational skills development for the labor market of the vulnerable, and the use of EdTech for competence-oriented education and training will also be a factor in setting the direction of vocational education. The international webinar, which will be held under the theme of a new direction for vocational education after COVID-19, is expected to present various presentations and discussions in the development of TVET leadership along with the electric vehicle technology. I think the ideas and the implications for the new direction of vocational education derived from this webinar today will be a barometer for setting the direction of vocational education after COVID-19. Anyway, I would like to thank everyone who attended and wish you a webinar full of meaning and value. Terima kasih.
Thank you to Mr. Dr. Lee Yong-min for the welcoming speech. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to invite Indonesian Education and Cultural Attaché for Republic of Korea, Mr. Dr. Gogot Suarwoto. And to Mr. Gogot, time is yours.
안녕하세요. 저는 고철워터입니다. 저는 유한 Indonesia di Saguan. Dong damdang imnida manasa pangasmida. Good morning everybody. Thank you Ibu Dirjen, Honorable Director General of Vocational Education, Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, Dr. Kiki Yuliati, Dr. Wardani Sukianto, Director of Vocational Education, Professor Kim Ki-chan, Faculty of Catholic University in Korea, founder of KIMA, and a lot of works and title that he has. We always respect his advice and company. Dr. Lee Yong-min, President of Korean Society of Industrial Education. Thank you for the opening speech. And also, he is faculty of TVET. And my close friend, Dr. Yong Sang Kim, leadership, TVET development for new direction of vocational education in Korea. Pak Patia Monangdo from the Ministry of Industry, Principal Sang Ho Sin, Principal, and Mas Ahmad, and the moderator, and also all the participants, teachers, principal, education official all over Indonesia. Good morning. Yeah. Thank you for inviting the Embassy of Indonesia in Seoul. It is our pleasure, especially me, to represent our ambassador, the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Gandhi Sulistianto, that now he has hosting the industrial trade exhibition in Indonesia. So we at the embassy, of course, we fully support, enthusiastically support this webinar, the new direction of vocational education after COVID-19, electric car maintenance technology, and TVET leadership development. As we all know that this webinar is strongly related and supported the groundbreaking of the construction of electric vehicle company and battery factory in Indonesia. The electric vehicle battery factory in Indonesia, as we all know, is the first and the biggest in Asia. It has been launched by the President of Joko Widodo in Karawang, new industry city in West Java, September last year. So this groundbreaking is very monumental because in line with the first production of electric vehicle by Hyundai in Indonesia. So if we would like to have some speech, that 4 things we would like to highlight. One is electric vehicle is the main contributor to reduce carbon emission by 29% by 2030 from transportation sector. So Indonesia has signed the Paris Agreement in 2015 and has been ratified in 2016. So which is a global agreement to reduce greenhouse gases, so that in this century, the Earth temperature will not increase by more than 1.5%. So this webinar to show the world that Indonesia and Korea has made a big step in effort to reduce emission in automotive industry. So this collaboration, of course, in line with the Paris Agreement that we have been ratified and signed. Secondly, this webinar also intended not only intended to present the car industry company or related issues regarding the vocational education training in Korea and also in Indonesia, but hopefully in a short time, the training related to car industry, electric car industry, can be implemented in many vocational schools in Indonesia. Of course, with the support of the DG of Vocational Education, Ibu Kiki, and his team, Pak Wardani. Lastly, but not least, at the end of this webinar, we expect that mutual collaboration in the long term between Indonesia and Korea in the area of electric car industry, new energy, and research and development can be improved. Finally, I'd like to express my appreciation to TVET, has been working hard, especially Dr. Yong Sang Kim, calling me many times, make sure that this thing can happen in according with the plan. So I'm very appreciate with the TVET and also the DG of Vocational Education, especially Bu Dirjen, has assigned his dedicated time for this morning event. And all of the team from SMK, Putri, Febri, and all of the team that support make this thing happen. Thank you. Kamsahamnida. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya kembalikan ke Mbak Febri.
Thank you, Mr. Gogoy. We would like to invite the Director of Vocational High School, the Indonesian Ministry of Education, Culture, Research, and Technology, Mr. Dr. Wardani Sugianto, MPD, to give an opening speech. To Mr. Wardani, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Selamat pagi, Annyeong Hasim Nika. Good morning to all speakers, inviters, and participants. May peace be upon us. To the Honorable Mr. Gandhi Sulistianto, Indonesian Ambassador for Republic of Korea, or the representative, Mrs. Dr. Insinyur Kiki Yuliati, MSc, General Director of Vocational Education, Indonesian Ministry of Education, Culture, Research, and Technology, or the representative, Mr. Dr. Lee Yong-min, President of the Korean Institute of Industry Education, whom we respect, representative of the Indonesian Ministry of Industry, representative of Indonesian Coordinating Ministry for Human Development and Cultural Affairs, Dr. Yong Sang Kim, Korea Research Institute for Vocational Education and Training, Dr. Ki Chan Kim, Catholic University in Korea, Mr. Sang Ho Shin, Busan Automotive Master School, representative of SMK Muhammadiyah 7 Gondang Legi, and all participants and committees. On this occasion, let us express our praise and gratitude to God for the abundance of grace and gift so that today we can meet in good health in the second Korea-Indonesian TVET Cooperation Workshop, New Direction of Vocational Education after COVID-19, Electric Car, Maintenance, Technology, and TVET in Leadership Development. Ladies and gentlemen, last year in 2021, the Indonesian Ministry of Education, Culture, Research, and Technology, along with vocational education experts from South Korea, had an international webinar on the topics of vocational education in the Industry 4.0 era. The participants of the webinar were very enthusiastic about the various material presented by the speakers. This was demonstrated by a long discussion session between participants and speakers. In 2022, the Indonesian Ministry of Education, Culture, Research, and Technology carries out a second international webinar as a continuation of the previous webinar. The topic of the 2022 webinar is New Direction of Vocational Education after COVID-19. The purpose of this webinar is to strengthen vocational education in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic and strengthens Indonesia-Korea cooperation in vocational education, particularly sharing of knowledge and good practices related to the development of vocational education and electrical technology in Indonesia and Korea. Ladies and gentlemen, the webinar involves speakers from both countries. Speakers from Korea are Mr. Kim Yong-sang, representative of the Korea Research Institute for Vocational Education and Training, Mr. Kim Ki-chan, representative of Catholic University in Korea, and Mr. Sang Ho-shin as the representative of Busan Automotive Master School. Representatives of Indonesia are from the Ministry of Industry and SMK Muhammadiyah 7 Gondang Legi. The speaker will presentation on the topic of vocational education in COVID-19 era and the development of electric car. Participants of this webinar are principal of vocational school throughout Indonesia. This webinar will be broadcast through the Vocational Directorate YouTube channel. Since VM for this webinar can be watched by various other parties. We hope through this webinar, vocational education will continue to experience significant development and create stronger cooperation between Indonesia and Korea in vocational education. Probably that is enough for this speech that I can deliver on this occasion. We would like to ask Mrs. Kiki Yuliati as General Director of Vocational Education or the representative to officially open this international webinar. Terima kasih. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Santi Santi Om. Namo Buddhaya.
Thank you, Mr. Wadani. And now we are pleased to welcome the General Director of Vocational Education, the Indonesian Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, Mrs. Dr. Insinyur Kiki Yuliati MSc, to deliver the opening speech, and we will also like to ask for her willingness to open this international webinar officially. To Mrs. Kiki Yuliati, time is yours.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan rahayu. Selamat pagi, salam sehat untuk semuanya. Annyeonghaseyo Nika. Excellencies, Dr. Wardani Sugianto, Director of Vocational High School, Indonesian Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, Dr. Suharwoto, Indonesian Education and Cultural Attaché for Republic of Korea, Dr. Lee Yong-min, President of the Korea Institute of Industrial Education, Dr. Ki-chan Kim from Korea-Indonesia Management Association, Dr. Yong-sang Kim from Korea Research Institute for Vocational Education and Training, Mr. Sang Ho-shin from Busan Automotive Master School, Mr. Patia Jungjungan Monangdo from Ministry of Industry Indonesia, Mr. Ahmad Muftadi from SMK Muhammadiyah 7 Gondang Legi, and all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and very warm welcome to you all. It is my great pleasure and excitement to attend the second Korea TVET Corporation Workshop with the main theme today, New Directions of Vocational Education after COVID-19, Electric Car Maintenance Technology, and TVET Leadership Development. I wish to start my remark by outlining a few important points about the significant role played by vocational education in the human resources development agenda in Indonesia. Vocational education that focuses on mastering specific skills or expertise is critical in equipping this nation's human resources to compete globally in the future. Nowadays, human resource development is the main focus of government of Republic Indonesia. Vocational education has very important role in sustaining Indonesia's economy's activities in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, vocational education aims to massively and rapidly nurture our human resources in acquiring appropriate skill, especially to face the future challenges to keep up and drive the technology development. Vocational education needs to recognize the changes in our society, our industries, and how people work. Vocational education must be able to prepare its graduates in dealing with these changes, including technological disruptions and other challenges in a very dynamic future. In doing so, the vocational education system in Indonesia should transform to make sure that the cost of education should be efficient so that it is affordable to all of us. The access to vocational education should be more inclusive. The program offered by the vocational education should be relevant so that the employability of its graduate should be improved. And last but not least, vocational education should be able to accommodate lifelong learning, including reskilling and upskilling. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to achieve those four goals, we realize that we need many new collaborations, including partnership with South Korea. Partnership with South Korea is very special and very important to Indonesia. We are learning from South Korea, including its vocational education system. This webinar is part of our effort together to improve the quality of vocational education. This event is expected to be fruitful for exchanging knowledge between Indonesia and South Korea about the implementation and development of vocational education and the latest technology developed between the two countries. The information and knowledge exchanged from this webinar are expected to strengthen vocational education and prepare for our education system to deal with dynamic changes that are happening today. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take too much of your time. Let us take this opportunity as a big step to strengthen further collaboration between vocational education and industries in Indonesia and South Korea. I appreciate the presence of this international webinar that is committed to build better vocational education with our partner in South Korea. Hopefully, there will be more international activities, collaborations, and cooperations to advance vocational education in the future. Thank you very much. Kamsahamnida. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Santi Santi Om.
Thank you, Mrs. Kiki Yuliati, for the opening speech and officially open this webinar. To Mrs. Kiki Yuliati, we are allow you to leave the Zoom meeting if you have another agenda to attend. Ladies and gentlemen, as the webinar is officially open, now we are moving forward to our main agenda, the workshop session led by our moderator, Mrs. Triharyani. Before we start the main session, I would like to remind all participants to fill the registration link which has been sent by our team on YouTube chat. Please fill the form to get e-certificate of this webinar. And also, for the chosen questioners, we have prepared prizes, so you may drop your questions on Slido link on YouTube chat column. And now, please welcome our moderator, Mrs. Triharyani.
slide.
Thank you very much for your coming to join in our seminar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, all the speakers and participants, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tri Haryani, the moderator of today's seminar. I'm very pleased to see you here and welcome all of you to this seminar. Today's seminar is about new directions of vocational education after COVID-19, electric car maintenance technology, and TVET leadership development. There are 5 speakers from Indonesia and Korea. And for all the participants' informations, you may ask some questions while the speakers give the presentation through Slido link that has been shared on YouTube. And we are also going to choose 10 questions that are interesting. And also there are interesting merchandises and gifts. Okay, now I would like to introduce the first speakers. Is Professor Ki Chang Kim. 안녕하세요, Gusanim. He is from Korea-Indonesia Management Association and as a lecturer at Catholic University in Korea. He represents about Korea-Indonesia car manufacturing supply chains. The time for the presentation is 20 minutes. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome the first speakers to start the presentations. Time is yours, Mr. Kim.
Hello, selamat pagi. Good afternoon in Korea. Ladies and gentlemen, and Oppa, 언니, you know, understand. Actually, I am currently president of KIMA, Korea-Indonesia Management Association, but I was president of Korea Automobile Academic Association, and I have some more experience about automobile industry. I was a member of board for Hyundai Group and the Hyundai Motors. So today I would like to talk about the future direction of collaboration and the cooperation between Indonesia and Korea from my experience. Then I will share my slide first. Actually, my presentation mainly human resource development for DX era. DX means digital is everything, including battery or electronic car and the vocational education. So I have many slides, so I will try to my best to finish in 20 minutes. So let's look at the current status of Korean automobile industry, including electronic vehicle and the battery. The Hyundai Motors Group, Hyundai Kia Motors is the world's third largest automaker as of 2021. So the first number 1 company, Toyota, number 2, Volkswagen, number 3, Hyundai Kia, number 4, Stellantis, number 5, GM. So then currently everybody talking about stagflation, inflation. Is this a crisis or chance? So the two kind of a person, the professional and the entrepreneur. You know, the expert or professional always worry about. So professional see the difficulty in every opportunity, but the entrepreneur see the opportunity in every difficulty. So then now is the right timing to make a chance for DX, digital transformation. So I wanted to share the Korean experience first. So then this picture, who are they? Actually, they are Korean in 1960s. They are grandfather of BTS. So at that time, the GDP per capita, Korea was less than $100. Maybe at that time, Indonesia is much better than Korea. So then they are at BTS. So then the Korea has changed a lot with the human resource development and the Korean entrepreneurship. So I wanted to share the Korean experience with Indonesia. So currently, South Korea is a leading innovation in the world, according to Bloomberg 2021 Innovation Index. Currently, number one is South Korea. Over the last 6 years, continuously, Korea is the number one company for innovation. So then I think Korea can say innovative country. So then actually now I am the visiting professor of President University in Indonesia, Cikarang. So whenever I meet with the Indonesian, I am asking, how many times are you smiling a day? So anyone, Terry Harayani, how many times are you smiling a day? Are you, even now, you are smiling? So Indonesia is the most smiling country in the world. I think the Indonesian is smiling more than 100 times a day. Then I am asking to Korean, how many times do you fight a day? So Korea is a fighting country for innovation. Indonesia is a smiling country. So currently I am president of KIMA, Korea-Indonesia Management Association under Ministry of Industry. So my vision, my motto is smile for Korean, innovation for Indonesia. So then regarding the Korean economic growth, we have the 3 stages: number 1, number 2, number 3. So then in the beginning, when I was the poorest country, we more focused on quality control and the value for money with the human resource development in the beginning. The second stage, from GDP, the 10,000 GDP per capita to 30,000 GDP per capita, we more focus on DX revolution, digital experience innovation. So number 3, we are going to the high-tech, higher touches. So then for the industrial revolution. So like this, you can categorize it. So number 1, the stage number 1. So then the vocational education, for skilled work is the key important factor for Korean economic growth. Number 2, digital DX revolution. So mainly more focused on technician. Now the R&D development with the STEM people. So each stage of economic growth in Korea, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, has one thing in common. What is this? So then I can say like this: human capital. So skilled worker, technician, R&D. So then regarding Korean economic growth, I can say the history of economic growth in Korea is a history of human development history. So then there was a hero who made miracle by each year. So then do you know which country is number one country for world skill competition? You know, Korea is the country with the most wins in the world skill competition. That means for economic growth, Korean government more focused on the skill training and the vocational education. So human capital or human resource development is everything for Korean economic growth. So then Korean economic growth, number one, number two, number three. So then in the beginning, vocational training. Number two, in the beginning, we have more focused on vocational training for quality control. In the second stage, we have more focused on nurturing digital manpower. So now everybody talking about the fourth industrial revolution. So Korean government is more focusing on building a lifelong learning society. So then the growth of Korean automobile industry is the result of human development. So then I am proposing the global value chain in Indonesia needed to be shifted from low road to high road. So because the factor of production are three: land, capital, people. But the number one factor of production, natural resource. Korea has no natural resource. Regarding capital, Korea has no capital because Korea was the poorest country. Number three, Korea has number three factor of production is a human labor, the person who produces it. Among all three, Korea has only human people. So Korea has overcome the limitation of capital and the land by raising people. So then why now I am visiting professor of President University in Indonesia. So I am having many chances to talk with the Indonesian student about the start and their job opportunity. So they worried about limitation, capital and the technology. But I said, yeah, if you are willingness, you can improve your technology, your skill with the right attitude, then you can get capital, you can get skill. So then raising people, education is everything. So then the evolution of a global value chain in Indonesia. So I am proposing from all the global value chain to new global value chain with the 3T, because whenever we are talking about the global value chain, we consider three things: trade, technology, talent. But among all of them, Indonesia has focused on trade and the production too much. So then it's a time to move from trade and the production to technology and the talent. So then I named it as the high load value chain and the low load value chain. So high load global value chain and the low load global value chain. Because the low load global value chain is more focused on the production with a low cost. But then it's no opportunity to nurture the people. But if you move from low load GVC to high load GVC, so you can have a lot of opportunity to nurture people and to get the technology. So we named it as a smile curve or samurai curve. So samurai curve more focused on low load, but smile curve more focused on R&D and talent. So then it's a time to shift, from low load. That means the not sharing fish, but fishing together with the GVC, coaching, fishing. So it's my proposal. So let Korea and Indonesia develop high load type GVC together, and the human development together to boost Indonesian automobile industry. So this is my proposal. Let Korea, Indonesia develop high load type GVC for human resource development. So to this end, two governments, Indonesia and Korea, induce the Hyundai Motors or LG Electronics, because in the Cikarang area, the Hyundai Motors established their factory, but Hyundai Motors is establishing R&D center here. But until now, the Toyota don't have a R&D center in Indonesia. So there is no opportunity for young generation to get a job at R&D center so then now the Hyundai Motors is establishing R&D center. Also, LG Electronics also is establishing R&D center in Indonesia. That means this is a great opportunity for young generation to work at the LG R&D center. Then R&D center can give opportunity to the best training program. So I propose Korean company, but already I have talked with the Hyundai Motors in Indonesia. So I propose Korean company like the Hyundai Motors participate in the development of education program for Indonesian youth. So then people will grow, Indonesian automobile industry will grow. Eventually, Indonesian manufacturing industry will grow. So then again, it's a time to move from the low load of GVC to high load of GVC for nurturing people. So then Hyundai Motors, LG has a technology. So then KTC is ISO body. So if LG established their new product in Indonesia, then KTC is ISO body. So KTC will give the international standard for new product developed in Indonesia. Then the LG or Hyundai Motors can export their part to Korea or United States. So this is a GVC, high load GVC. So because of the time constraint, so I wanted to finish actually the discussion, the HRD, human resource development at the digital DX era. So then we need to collaborate. So if we recover together, we can recover stronger. So then hopefully my proposal can be workable in Indonesia. Actually, this is my proposal. Thank you very much. Okay, I finished it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ki-chan Kim. The next one, for your information, for the questions, the presentation first, and then the question will be read it after all presenters. Okay, now the second speaker is from TVET, Korea Research Institute for Vocational Education and Training. He's a senior fellow SG of ASEAN Plus 6 TVET network. He'll present about the TVET leadership development for new directions of vocational education. Please welcome Dr. Yong Sang Kim. Your time is 50 minutes from now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, moderator Tri, and all the participants. I'm Yong Sang Kim of TVET. And at the same time, I work for the ASEAN Pro 6 TVET network. Actually, we are sharing the peer learning opportunity to encourage our TVET system. Okay, I have only 5 minutes. Thus, I need to make a quick presentation. Thus, I'm going to share my slide here. Okay. Okay, as you mentioned in previous speaking, we are challenging. We have many challenges we face. The first one is making decision to keep our resource viability, managing cost and outcomes, because we do not have enough resource.
Mr. Kim, sorry, would you mind make it slideshow?
A slide? Sound or slide? Okay, now? Actually, no. Now, okay?
You can start the presentation in slideshow, sir.
Okay. Okay. 3, okay now? Yeah, I will continue.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And then we have difficult to improve the quality to meet industry demand. Actually, the gap between the supply and demand is widened in this era because industry always need high quality and high-ending technology skill. And we need to have more control over the situation, but leader has less control because of these difficulties and more panic among the stakeholders from pandemic and employment risk. Many TVET institute reduce the number of the employee and teachers. Right now, we need to figure out how to recover this risk, this situation, and the new technology become a key skill of leadership. Okay, this is a principle of leadership in crisis. First one is we need to think from the heart of stakeholders, not the physical output. And second one is put the value and mission first. And third one is consider environment and social governance. Next one is communicate with a compelling feature with the past, some clear view. And next one is having long-term view with the feasibility. And last one is learn new technology skills. I will take a look at one by one. And first one is think from the heart. The leader will recognize and emphasize the human insights, not enforce them. Actually, we have a lot of difficulties. Thus, we need to communicate with the stakeholders. Then we need to recognize and emphasize the human insight and emotions. And second one is a leader will design new image of Tibet and institute from the recognition and empathy. Actually, we need to change or re-image the image of the Tibet in the society. Thus, in that case, we need to have more recognition and empathy with the stakeholders. And the leader will make people believe leader stay with them. If leader do not stay with them, it's difficult to trust them. Thus, this one, and then put the value and mission first, and under big pressure from the situation and stakeholder, being more sensitive. Thus, they look at the leaders' behaviors, not just talking. Thus, our leader should be take care of this the leaders' behavior, and then figure out how to stabilize the current situation and connect more motivation to spark innovation. During this kind of difficult situation, we need more strong innovations. Thus, we need to know how to innovate your member to be more innovative. And during the crisis of COVID-19 and aftermath, a leader focusing on the key value from the mission to make steadfast performance. During this time, we need to think about the future and then our performance. Because if we do not put our value from the mission to the first, it's very difficult to manage your performance. And leader make priority order based on the value and mission in order to prevent hasty decision making. One of the very, very important things is that they have to prevent this kind of hasty decision making because of the pressure. And next one is sustainable. To make sure the sustainability, we need to consider society and environment and governance. Environment, we are on the big pressure of the climate change and global warming. Thus, we need to figure out how to reduce the carbon dioxide emission and the water pollution, and then air pollution and sustainable energy source. And then society consider all the human and other independencies, customer success and data, and then gender diversity and community relation and mental health. Right now, mental health is one of the big issues of the management and governance. All the thing is connected. Thus, we need to know how to work with them. Okay. And then next one is a long-term perspective, a long view or long-term perspective with the feasibility. Usually, the leader take 3 steps when a crisis come and go with the long-term view. First one is a response to crisis. Actually, we are ending of this response to crisis. Now we are getting into recover normal. But actually, this normal is not old normal, new normal. New normal, thus we need to know what kind of thing is changing in our, and then drive on now, new. Maybe 1 or 2 years later, new skill demand increase. Thus, we will have a big opportunity to increase our capability. Thus, but this is not old skill, maybe new skill and different skills. And new normal stage with more technology. Thus, technology is very important to figure out what is a new normal. And long-term perspective for structural change caused by smart technology and value chain shift. As Professor Kim Ki-chan mentions, we are looking at new value chain among the strong value chain increase among the Korea and Indonesia in electric car and the others. Thus, we need to know how to take advantage of this shift and then new change caused by the smart technology. Okay, we have 3 layers of the technology. There are so many, but I have 3 category of the smart technology. The first one is a core and foundation, for example, AI, IoT, big data, and intelligent network, security, something like that. And next one is that is application of the core foundation in real field. For example, blockchain and real feeling media and VR, AR. And then the innovation technology is combining all the application and foundation together Thus, this is a real feature of our daily life. For example, smart city and self-driving car, drone, intellectual robot, and smart factory and smart health. Thus, maybe Indonesia do not have enough foundation, but when you work with Korea or the other partner, you can develop the application technology or innovation technology. Thus, a partnership and network is important, and Korea is a very, very important partner. Think about this hierarchy of technology development. Okay, and then we need to look at technology application. First one, we need to understand technology possibility and risk. For example, in AI is just not just for logistics, but also AI is can apply in agriculture, education, and social media, and the others. For example, in agriculture in Korea, one of the research institute, they are developing agricultural drone, non-human, non-farmer agricultural drone. They are developed, almost finished. Thus now we are getting into a new era of agriculture. And the other one is robotics and non-human factory, or the other social media. That is game is applied. Thus AI, this is not just one component. It's all application available. At the same time, this is left-hand side is nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is applied to human-made human organ. That is possible. And then human nervous system to connect it to the smart machines. Thus, you can install the new memory in your brain when your memory is not working very well. That kind of application is possible. Thus, we need to take a look at what kind of possibility or application is available now. For example, emerging new service and product and disappearing old service and product. Thus, when we look at new technology, we need to focusing on the new service and new product and new skills. But right now, the school still teaching disappearing and old service and product. Then we need to change the curriculum and then the details. And then we need to figure out what kind of new customer and market is available, and then transforming supply chain. There's electric car that now changing the mobility industry. Thus, there are so many opportunities going on, and then there are so many skill demand is increasing. Thus, we need to focusing on that part. And then TVET leader and technology. New technology is a key leadership component. If leader do not understand and do not know how to use technology, smart technology, they cannot be a good leader. For example, in MBA program, they are teaching technology. Before this stage, they just teach how to use the technology and then about technology. But right now, they are teaching real hard technology to the MBA student. And then leader can fully explore and utilize new technology and advancement. I know the leadership 4.0 is a new leadership for the Industrial Revolution 4.0. The technology is one of the important component. Thus, the leader need to learn technology itself. Okay, next one is leader and technology. Right now, the human and machine collaboration is an important change in our workplace. New workforce forming and management. For example, in your picture, long time ago, the human and robot is separately, physically, thus not working together. Sometimes it's dangerous to work with the robot. But right now, new smart factory, human and robot working together, collaboration, just like these pictures. An AI system, that in that case, we need to train AI system itself. Without the train of AI cannot work with the human workforce effectively. Thus, we need to teach the AI machine how to interact with the human. And then another skill we need to think about is a fusion skill. The human-machine collaboration requires human to do new and different things, and then to do things, different things, optimize collaborative intelligence workforce. Thus, we need to think about this kind of fusion skill together. This is one of the key components of the smart factory. Okay, I have 3 minutes. Okay. And next one is we need to, this is one of the direction of our TVET, augmented work skills. That means when you look at a smart automobile factory, there are two parts. First part is right hand. This is a real physical, and many robots are working and they're making the physical car. But at the same time, when you look at left hand side, this is control tower of this factory. Actually, no machine is there. Only computer and monitor and the smart devices. But when you work in this company, this factory, you need to understand all the things in physical world, right hand side, how the robot works and the physical material and the mechanism and this kind of chain. But at the same time, they need a cyber or computer skill, digital skill to get into this control tower. Thus, they need to know how to connect physical and cyber world together. That is augmented work skill. That is most important. This kind of the skill work skill the company looking for. Okay, last one is the compelling future and the past. The reader need more storytelling, the sharing their perspective on the situation and the future explicitly. If you have good things, but if you do not communicate effectively, it's very difficult to communicate. Thus, storytelling is important. And then second one is adaptability. Now, we just are ending of the COVID-19, but new things coming, unexpected situation is coming. Thus, we need to increase adaptability to adjust this situation again. And then next one is authenticity in communication. It's critical to establish trust. Without the trust, nothing happens. Without the trust, reader cannot work. Thus, authenticity in communication is important to establish trust. And leaders spend more time in strengthening relationship. Thus, leader is not alone, as Professor Kim Gi-chan mentions. We need to make an effective team and organization together. Thus, we can work together, then we can make better. Okay, this is the future of Tibet leadership. Future of Tibet leadership depends on the Tibet leader. Thus, we need to educate a future Tibet leader. Without a good leader, we cannot make a good future of Tibet. And during the COVID-19, demand of Tibet of new normal technology emerged. Right now, industry need a very skilled workforce. Actually, it's augmented, as I mentioned, the physical and then digital skill together. Thus, we need to look at this kind of new demand is increasing and creative and flexible way of Tibet practice. Right now, when we use this kind of smart technology, actually, this is one of the, this workshop is one of the outcome of this smart technology. Actually, when you have this kind of webinar, it's very, very good. More than 1,000 schools come together, and then we can share this kind of information and knowledge together. But when you work closely, effectively, you need to know each other closely. Then physical contact, face-to-face interactive, very important. Thus, we need to know how to branding, do different way effectively. And then leadership comes from collective peer learning. We need to learn each other. Thus, interactive peer learning is very important. Actually, I implemented this peer learning approach when I worked with the ASEAN Pro 6 EAS Tibet network. We learn from each other. That is more effective. If you learn from another country or another big company, very difficult to apply in your context. But when you work with your peer, you can improve. We can apply, and then we can develop together. Okay, this is my end of my presentation. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yong-Sang Kim. But unfortunately, it seems on the screen still keeping on the second slide. So perhaps later we can share the materials after the webinar is done. Thank you so much for your presentations. The next speaker is from the Ministry of Industry, Republic of Indonesia. I would like to introduce Mr. Patia J. Monangdo. He is one of the teams for the policymaker for electric car in Indonesia. He has received his master's degree in Korea Development Institute, School of Public Policy and Management. His presentation is about electric car development in Indonesia. Your time is 15 minutes from now. The floor is yours, Mr. Patia.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all the distinguished participants. Annyeonghaseyo. Good afternoon in Korea, in Korean time. Today, I represent the Ministry of Industry. Would like to present the electric car development in Indonesia, as our role is as the support of auto industry and including the electric car industry. However, because of the limitation of time, I will not explain each slide in details, but I will resume for each slide. Let's begin with the overview of Indonesian automotive industry. As we can see on the picture, that in the Indonesia auto industry is already in the largest automotive market in Southeast Asia. We Indonesia already make a production in 2021 about 1.2 million car and 5.8 million motorcycle. With our production capacity is above 2.3 million. The production, however, is still like 50% from the maximum capacity. So it's still a lot of room for improvement to our production. However, at the COVID pandemic at 2020, our production is decreased, not below 1 million, but right now is already become normal again. The car sales in Indonesia are mostly priced at 200 until 300 million rupiah, and because of the GDP per capita for Indonesia is still in the range of $4,000 US. As we can see, the ASEAN's car ownership ratio, Indonesia are still 99 people per 1,000 people. It means between 1,000 people, there are only 99 people that already have a car. It is still a small number if you comparing with other ASEAN country, just like Malaysia, for example, 40, almost 500, and also like Singapore, 200 people in 1,000 people. Indonesia's, if we comparing the production, Indonesia is the second largest if we comparing to Thailand, but in sales, we are the first one, the market sales, because the Thailand is make the production is export oriented. Still got room for improvement for Indonesia to make the auto industry grow. For the export and import balance, we can see that in 2022, we have the positive export bigger than import, and the export is in form of CBU, the car, the unit car, the whole unit, and also the CKD, the non-assembled car, and also the component for the production of the vehicle, and also the the after sales market. As we can see, the export is making a good progress if we compare it to import. Indonesia already make an export to various countries, several countries around the world. We can see in Central and Southern America, Africa, Asia, and also as Oceania, more than 80 countries you can see on the picture. And also, we have a lot of brands. Most of them are Japanese brand, and also 2 brands from China. We hope that in the future we can have also the brand from Korea, as we know Hyundai already make a production also in Indonesia. Okay, so we continue for the strategy and policy of electric vehicle development in Indonesia. As we know, Indonesia's commitment, Mr. President already make a commitment to reduce the carbon emission by 29% in 2030 and 41% by receiving international assistance. And also right now, the government already burdening by the subsidies of fossil fuel. That's why they make an alternative way to reduce the fossil fuel, the vehicle fossil using, and one of them is using the electric vehicle. That's why the government already released the presidential regulation number 55 2019 about the battery electric vehicle program, and also the luxury tax of motor vehicle by the government regulation number 73 2019, and also the law number 1 about the exemption of motor vehicle tax, and also the using of electric vehicle in government operational use by President Instruction number 7 2022. In Ministry of Industry, we already make a regulation regarding the battery electric vehicle. Is the first one is about the low carbon emission vehicle program, and also the calculation of the local component of the battery electric vehicle, and also the roadmap of the battery electric vehicle, and also Ministry of Industry regulation number 28 is the how to import the battery electric vehicle and produce in the scheme of CKD, completely knocked down, and IKD, incompletely knocked down. As we can see in the picture, this is the many types of the low carbon emission vehicle as stated in the government regulation number 36, Minister of Industry regulation number 36. The first one is the low-cost green car. As we know, this is the affordable car that already have the big market share in Indonesia. And also the other type is flexi engine using the biofuel, hybrid electric vehicle, and plug-in electric vehicle. The difference between them, these two type is hybrid electric vehicle is not using the external charging, while the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle is using the external charging. And also the battery electric vehicle, this is the type that the government make a special treatment because there are no emission from the battery electric vehicle. And also the fuel cell electric vehicle by using hydrogen as the energy sources. But this is the technology is still advanced, so the government think that the battery electric vehicle is the most suitable technology to us to produce and to make the target for reducing the carbon emission. We can see the global passenger vehicle sales in around the world from 2015 to 2020, and the projection until 2040 that in 2030 BEV share is predicted at 29.4%. It making bigger and bigger for the projection. So this is like the good sign for the us as a potential product producer for the battery electric vehicle. This is the electric vehicle roadmap development. As we can see here, this development roadmap is mastering the main component consisting of battery, electric motor, and converter. And also the battery industry is the main component. That's why right now Indonesia are also in process to make to have the investment from the battery industry from around the world. And also the development of main component consists of electric motor and investor are highly dependent on economic of scale. That's why we need to increase the sales of the battery electric vehicle first. This is the projection because the government already released the President Instruction number 7 recently in 2022 about the using of the battery electric vehicle for the government and central government and regional government use, and also for operational purpose. We predicted in 2030 the target four-wheeler car is about more than 100,000, and also in motorcycle is above 350,000 units. This is the current ecosystem of the electric vehicle in Indonesia. We have a target to produce the car vehicle is 400,000 in 2025, and 2035 is 1 million. In motorcycle, in 2025, our target is 1.76 million, and in 2035 is 3.22 million. Right now, the electric vehicle industry for electric bus we have 4 companies. For electrical are still 3 companies, and electric motorcycle we already have a lot of companies, 35 companies, and the total investment of 1.8 trillion rupiah. And also the EV registration based off the Ministry of Transport data, motorcycle are right now 21,000, the passenger car are around 3,300, the bus are still 51, and the 3-wheeler also 200. The SPKLU means the charging station. Right now in 2021 data are still 572. Meanwhile in 2030 we target the charging station are about 31,000. Last, we can see still the challenge for the BEVs market sales to be growth in Indonesia. As we can see at the market in 2021, the highest market share in Indonesia are the low MPV type. For the price is around 250 million. The market share is almost 50%. Meanwhile, if we can see at the right table, the electrical car model and price in Indonesia with the same price at the low MPV 250 million are still just 2 type from Wuling China brand, 250 and 300 million rupiah. That's why the government needs to give more incentive and incentive and all kind of incentive for the battery electric vehicle in order to make the sales grow, and also to make the industry have the economic of scale to to make they can produce more type and more affordable type and price in Indonesia. Indonesia also have the opportunity become the major player in electric vehicle because they have the abundant battery raw material for lithium as we can see at the media right now. Indonesia is still in process to make the factory of lithium battery, and also the to make the investment, to open the investment for the battery industry. That's all from me. Thank you very much. Maybe if you have the question, maybe we can make a discussion later after all the presenters make their presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patia, for your presentations. For the questions, it will be in Slido, and we will discuss it after all presentations have present the presentations. Okay, the next speaker is from Indonesian School Representatives. He is Mr. Ahmad Muhtadi. As the project leader of the electric car development team at SMK Muhammadiyah 1 Gondang Megi, he will present electric automobile vocational education in Indonesia. The time is 50 minutes from now. Unmute first, Mr. Ahmad.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the time, Mrs. Tri. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon or good morning, maybe, in Indonesia. Honorable our participant and also the speaker. Yeah. I want to share. Okay, nice to meet you. Thank you for attending my presentation. I would like to introduce myself. I'm Ahmad. So I'm a teacher, automotive teacher in Muhammadiyah Vocational Secondary High School in Malang. So this is our product, our solar car. Maybe we call solar car no electric vehicle. Just this device atau this car, this vehicle using photovoltaic. Okay, this is my school. We have a lot of students, 2,400 students. So we many program, 14 program such as electric, also automotive, and so on. Yeah, many program in here. Okay. And Samsung is one of industry concerned with our program in education vocational. Okay. Firstly, I would to explain in many experiences, our experiences in electric vehicle project. Actually, our project starting in 2009. We learn making experience about electric car, also the hybrid solar car. Yeah, the model, also the many part. Yeah, we looking for and learn more. So the 2011, the model we looking for which one the best model. Yeah. Also, we concern with the conventional vehicle to be electric vehicle. That is the concern in 2011. And 2012, we launched the first product. Yeah, we call the Suryang Wangsa 1. That basically is electric vehicle. The trial route from Surabaya to Malang, about 200 kilometers. It takes half day. trial journey maybe. Also the project e-bike, also the electric tricycle maybe, yeah. And the 2014 we launched our second product we call the Suryawangsa 2, yeah. And the trial route from Jakarta to Malang, maybe not Surabaya but Malang, yeah, about 1,000 kilometer. It takes 9-day trial journey. Yeah. The concept is microbus or passenger for passenger. So current day, since 2020, yeah, we want to launch Suryawangsa 3 in Muktamar season in the next month. Maybe now still in progress. Okay, this is our journey about electric vehicle. Yeah. Okay, our project in electric vehicle. Yeah, the background is like speaker explained. Yeah, in the morning. The first is energy crisis, do increase consumption of fuel in the transportation industrial sector. So the second is environmental damage or climate change. Yeah, this is the two current issue will be a current issue in the future. The third is we need for alternative transportation, so we give solution with the hybrid solar car project in our school. Okay, this is the background in our project So our objective in our project in solar car, this is give us advantages of using renewable energy, its contribution in overcoming the energy crisis. So the second is provide education for our student and younger generation in our area. The third is applying a renewable energy model use. That is technology environmental friendly in the future transportation of Suryawangsa hybrid solar car. So it is alternative vehicle hybrid solar car for us. Okay. The advantage our product microbus solar car. This is the second product. The first is utilization of renewable energy, namely we call the absorbing solar energy from the surrounding environmental when driving by photovoltaic in the roads. So the second is this vehicle is truly green energy technology. So it's make environmental friendly. The third is the ability to provide electricity at every engine speed because using the photovoltaics. Yeah. The fourth is we have especially in cabin green cooling technology, we use not with CFC or non-CFC or air conditioning technology that use with the thermoelectric maybe. We call thermoelectric atau TEC. Each device make conditioning in cabin more cool. The fifth is motor cooling system. Our characteristic in product microbus solar car. So I want to tell about our project. Yeah. So we have 4 main component. They are photovoltaic, controlling, battery, also the motor. Okay, the photovoltaic used in our vehicle. This is for receive sunlight and the convert the electricity by sun. The quantity just 4 unit. The voltage of
Mr. Ahmad, please unmute first.
Okay, I'm sorry. Malang is better today.
Okay, it seems your connection is
So the signal
unstable.
is unstable. Yes, right. Yeah. Okay, I will continuing the presentation. So the
Sure.
motor atau electric motor, yeah, serve a source of rotary power used to move the wheel. So the type is still using the DC series. So the characteristic is the power, torque big. Yeah, the voltage is 48 volt, and especially is the power just 4,000 watt, and the speed is 5,000 rotation per minute. Okay, the next component we use mechanical system. We call with the direct couple front axle. So the drive axle in the front, yeah, and rear axle with the independent double system, double wishbone, the suspension, and front also independent double wishbone. And dimension so small, our car, the length 3,500 millimeter. So it's make our performance vehicle just 70 kilometer per hours. This is the speed maximum speed. And capacity just 5 passenger.
Mr. Ahmad, so sorry, your
Yes.
presentation is not on the screen.
Okay.
Could you
Mana, Bu?
share screen your presentation, please?
Oh, Masya Allah. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, finish my Putri.
Yes,
Okay.
please
Yes.
make it
Okay.
slideshow.
Okay.
Slideshow.
Okay. Okay, wait for a moment. I'm sorry. This is the main of component in microbus solar car. So this is processes and production process in our school, yeah, with the limiting human resources and tool. we did ourselves. Yeah, this is student and teacher making electricity system in our vehicle. Also, this car we call with the microbus Surya Wangsa 2. Yeah, this is Mr. Anies Baswedan when launched our product, our vehicle. So Surya Wangsa during the Java maybe 1,000 kilometer from Jakarta to Malang. Yeah. So especially this when we coming to every city, we share motivation in every school. In this is in Valeri in West Center Java. So the picture Surabaya Malang in 2012 with solar car, the first product. Okay, maybe enough, Mrs. Tri. Yeah, my presentation so end. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Putri. Thank you for your attention. I'm sorry if my presentation many mistake because my in the Malang is bit weather today. Yeah, so make unstable signal. Yeah, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmad Muhtadi, for sharing with us about the automobile vocational education,
Yes.
especially the project that you have been done at in your school. Okay, last but not least, the last speaker is Mr. Sang Ho Shin. He is the principal of Busan Automotive Master School. He'll talk about electric car technology education curriculum development. The time for delivery the presentation is 20
Saya
minutes.
tidak menemukan
Time
ini.
is yours, Mr. Shin.
Good afternoon. It's nice to meet you. I am Sang-ho Shin, the principal of Busan Automobile High School in Busan, the second city in Korea. I'm honored to have this opportunity to introduce Busan Automobile Master School and the curriculum of our school with Indonesian vocational schools principals today. It might be the same in Indonesia, but even here in Korea, the electric vehicle field is still unfamiliar and unexplored in the field of education. However, let me tell you about the change in the automobile curriculum that will be operated in the future, along with an explanation of the restructuring of a department to electric vehicles, which our school is one step ahead of other places. First of all, let me give you a brief introduction to our school. Founded in 1999, this school has a history of about 20-30 years now, and was selected as a Korean-style Master High School in 2010. It is a school composed of about 80 teachers and management members, and 300 students, with 6 classes per grade for total of 18 classes. My school is a vocational school, has tailored curriculum to industrial demand, and was established to nurture Korean technical masters. Today, 54 Master schools have been designated in Korea. Our school operates 3 major programs: automobile maintenance, automobile parts makeup processing, and automobile production automation, with 2 classes each within a single department of automotive department. Is the contents of the curriculum of the automobile maintenance. The following are our vision and the educational goals. As a master school in the automotive field, our school aims to nurture creative and international young masters who will lead the automobile industry. All faculty and staff are doing their best to nurture the best competencies, such as diligent and warm cultured people. The school principal's management policy is under the catchphrase, "You are Master, you are my star," an educational community of communication and cooperation. Revitalization of project classes, improvement of the quality of employment, and activation of students' autonomy. Capacity building as a global leader and human rights we aim for friendly life education. The most important goals and achievement of the school in my school are the high quality education and high quality employment that students hope and desire, and provide career guidance for this purpose. In order to achieve this educational goal, our school operates common foundation courses in the first year. When new students enter the first year and prepare for the evaluation of the three major courses by receiving students, wishes for their major in the second semester of the first year. In the second year, all students are organized into two classes. From the second year, students acquire various automobile qualifications and acquire major knowledge and skills through educational activities tailored to the needs of the industry. Upon entering the third year, students will go through on-the-job training at large auto-related companies, government corporations, and mid-sized companies, depending on student wishes, attitudes, and the wish of your parents. And then you will be confirmed for employment. In Korea, male students are obligated to have military service for 18 months. So some students are employed by small and medium-sized enterprise, where students get military service exemption. In any case, students can continue to study, such as military service and college admissions, according to their wishes after being employed in a company. And after that, they can continue to build their careers to complete their career path and grow into good members of a society. Next, let's talk about the automotive industry. As we all know, today's automotive industry is changing rapidly. No matter how advanced the society is, mankind will continue to ride cars, but the look of the car changes. In the past, we rode machines. In the future, we ride computers. In this way, the automobile is changing from a machine to a high-tech electronic product. In the past, mechanics used tools to fix cars, but today, they diagnose with a laptop or tablet. In other words, it is an era where the possibility of a software defect rather than a mechanical defect is the priority. Cars are no longer hardware, software abbreviated as SVD. The market capitalization of Tesla, the leading electric vehicle company in the United States, exceeds that over 10 global automakers combined. This is why Tesla, which accounts for less than 1% of the world's auto industry in terms of sales, overwhelms the existing car giants' future value. It shows that the paradigm of the automobile industry is completely changing from internal combustion engines to the electric vehicle market. In line with this paradigm shift, major global automakers are also hastening the transition to electric vehicle. Hyundai Motor in Korea has decided to electrify all sales vehicles by 2040. And the Hyundai Motors luxury brand Genesis has decided to launch all new vehicles only by hydrogen and electric vehicles from 2025. GM of the United States also decided to stop production of internal combustion engine cars after 2035. And the Mercedes-Benz of Germany also decided to launch all models with electric vehicles from 2030. In line with this trend, Volvo, Volkswagen, BMW, Ford, and Honda of Japan are also accelerating the transition to the electrification era by ending the era of internal combustion engines. In this way, the current trend of the automobile industry is going through the stage of preparation for the future automobile era. And most of the new cars released in 2030 will be converted to electric vehicles expected. To prepare for this, our school plans to organize a new electric vehicle maintenance curriculum and operate a new curriculum from 2024. For the organization of the new curriculum, as you can see, a good curriculum is organized only when the organization of the new curriculum, establishment of a training room for electric vehicle maintenance, nurturing manpower in connection with the local community, and securing sufficient budget for the organization of the curriculum will be well considered. Now, let's talk about our school curriculum and the curriculum that will change. This is an educational process for students currently enrolled in the automobile maintenance course. In the first year, as a common course, students receive a basic automobile maintenance education and receive education to acquire the automobile maintenance technician license. If you go up to the automobile maintenance basic course in your sophomore year, you will receive training to acquire the automobile maintenance industry engineer qualification, a course evaluation type hosted by the Human Resources Development Service of Korea through the major education, and also acquire the qualification. For reference, the industrial engineer qualification was only available to students enrolled in junior college or higher, but the industry introduced the first high school students in Korea to take the examination, and the pass rate is close to 100%. Upon entering the third year, they are divided into high-tech maintenance class and the car body repair and painting class as detailed majors, respectively, to build up their major competency. At the same time, employment is confirmed. The picture you see is a picture of a third grade car body repair and painting students, vehicle fault diagnosis, car body check, weld plane, vehicle damage analysis, spraying car servo painting. Currently, the curriculum mainly covers such areas as automobile bodies, automobile chassis, body maintenance, automobile painting, and welding. From now on, I will tell you about the future car maintenance course. that our school will learn in the future. In accordance with the rapid change of the automobile industry in the era of the post-industrial revolution, and the strategy for the development of the future automobile industry, the university has been selected for the 2022 Vocational High School Restructuring Sport Project, conducted by the Ministry of Education and the Korea Vocational Competence Research Institute. We plan to reorganize the name of the department and operate a new curriculum. The core content of the curriculum is largely organized in subjects related to electric vehicles. As you can see, the Introduction to Future Vehicle Engineering course was organized in the first year. The electric vehicle maintenance subject was organized in the second year, and autonomous vehicle maintenance was organized in the third year. Electric vehicle related subjects such as driving car, automobile tuning, and xEV maintenance were largely organized, and the existing subjects were organized as elective subjects. The table you see is a 3-year overall curriculum plan for the future automobile maintenance course, which will be applied from 2024. As I mentioned in my first year, Introduction to Future Automotive Engineering is a basic education for future automobile and automotive engine maintenance, automobile chassis maintenance, and automobile electric and electronic equipment maintenance are organized in an introductory education for the major. The newly introduced Introduction to Future Vehicle Engineering includes comprehensive information on battery systems for electric vehicles and xEVs, such as hybrids and plug-in hybrid. Currently, the textbooks are being jointly compiled and used by 5 colleges in Korea. And our school currently producing textbooks with reference to these textbooks. In the second year, all students of the future automobile maintenance course will complete the electric vehicle maintenance course as a practical subject. And in the third year, you will learn the more comprehensive concept of xEV maintenance. In xEV, X is a concept that includes all of hybrid electric vehicle, plug-in hybrid, and electric vehicles. xEV maintenance is divided into basic maintenance and intensive maintenance. And intensive maintenance is organized to enable practical maintenance work, such as disassembly and assembly, using electric vehicles sold in Korea. The establishment of a practical room is as important as organizing the curriculum. In particular, it is considered necessary to establish a separate training room for electric vehicle maintenance. Let's watch a video about the electric vehicle fire that appeared in the regular news some time ago. This is a short video of about 2 minutes. Yes, sir.
그 선생님 그냥 넘어가시죠.
예. Yeah, I'm sorry. As you can see, in the case of electric vehicles, there is no easy way to extinguish a fire in the event of a fire, and there is no manual. It is said that the best way for now is to extinguish the fire by isolating the electric vehicle that has caught fire, enclosing it with a portable water tank, and immersing the battery in water to cool it. Therefore, if a fire breaks out when an electric vehicle training center is built in the same building as an electric vehicle training center at a school, it is natural that the entire training center will suffer damage. Therefore, it is essential that the electric vehicle laboratory be built as a separate and independent laboratory so that there is no damage to other buildings or equipment. Therefore, it is important to secure a budget for the establishment of such a separate training room. In terms of training equipment, electric vehicles are currently more expensive than conventional internal combustion vehicles. So electric motorcycle and electric kickboards are relatively inexpensive and fire risk. As an alternative, it is judged that it is necessary to utilize equipment as well. Lastly, when all these preparation courses are complete with a curriculum linked to nurturing human resources in the local community in Busan and Gyeongnam, which can be said to be the mecca of the machinery and the automobile industry in Korea, the real departmental restructuring can be achieved by preempting future jobs. I think it makes sense. Conclusions and suggestions. 결론 부분 보여주시죠. 네. In the automotive industry, electric vehicles are reality, not the future. I believe that the school curriculum also needs rapid change to cope with the times. This has the effect of preempting future jobs in advance and the effort to secure budget for equipment and the training room. For this also a task that must be resolved. In addition, in preparation for electric vehicle fire for which there is no complete solution yet, it is necessary to complete safety education in preparation for thermal runaway of batteries. You will be able to develop the ability to respond flexibly to society. This concludes the presentation above. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shin,
Yes, sir.
for your nice presentations. Okay, right now we have to come to the discussion sessions between Indonesian speakers and also the Korean speakers. We give you around 10 minutes or could be less, please. Thank you.
예, 김기찬 교수님 먼저 시작하시죠. 소리 꺼져
Okay,
있습니다.
Mr. Young Sang Kim, you can start it perhaps.
김기찬 first and I will.
Okay, yes. Thank you very much for the very interesting presentation and discussion. Here, I found many people in Indonesia have a great vision for electronic car and the solar car and the green car like this. Yeah. I think this is the very desirable direction. Then actually what is the most important things for realizing this vision? It is human development. And this is also the right way to create the quality job for young generation, young people. So then I wanted to propose 3 things for the next agenda. So first, actually, I propose to establish electric car education and training center in Indonesia, like a technical high school specializing in electronic vehicle, including curriculum of the automobile maintenance, like the Busan Meister High School. So practice is also very important. So then you can invite Hyundai Motors or LG Battery, which has the technology, can participate and help develop the educational program. This is the high load GVC I am talking about. Second, until now, as I mentioned at my presentation, GVC in Indonesia has been lacking in human resource development and the technology. So to nurture the people for repair or development of electronic vehicle, it puts the car developer must participate. So it is difficult to nurture electronic vehicle export without the participation of Hyundai Motors company or Ulling or LG Battery. So we need to develop a lot of the training, the program, such as internship. So you need to develop the internship program for nurturing the people for electronic car. Finally, all the GVC Indonesia, as I mentioned before, only focus on low cost of production. So then for global value chain, we have to consider not only production with a low cost, but also technology and the talent. So 3T, trade, technology, talent. So all the global value chain in Indonesia has focused on trade and the production with a low cost. So then it's a time for you to shift from low load GVC to high load GVC, including technology and talent. So without shifting all the GVC in Indonesia, doing so will only deepen the dependence of electronic vehicle on foreign countries. So once again, the transition to high load GVC that include the human development is necessary. This is the way human In this way, human resource development is possible by electronic vehicle developer like Hyundai Motors. Okay, thank you very much. I learned a lot, and hopefully this workshop is the right momentum to think more about electronic car education and the training center. Thank you very much.
Moderator, can I go?
Yes, Mr. Kim.
Okay.
Okay, the next
Thank you
one.
all the presentation and the contribution.
Your sound is not really that loud, Mr.
No?
Yong Sung Kim.
Not working?
Make it louder, please.
Yeah, okay. It's now okay?
Yes, okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, yes. I want to talk about two things. First one is I'm going to encourage the cooperation between Korean vocational school and Indonesian vocational school in terms of the curriculum development and the teacher training and the school management and the other, etc. Because when I look at your curriculum and your goal, it's very high. But to realize or to meet your goal, we need to figure out how to arrange the other things together. Thus, we are working with the online and then the cooperation. But when we arrange this kind of the cooperation among the Korean vocational school, they're teaching the car technology and the Indonesian car technology, they learn from each other. I think that is one of the important things. Maybe I visited Malang 5 years ago. Actually, that was the first car manufacturing place I heard. The president, he started that kind of project. I heard about it. Thus, we want to encourage with the cooperation. Actually, Korean school have very good curriculum and the teaching material and learning material, all the details. Actually, the Korean school very strong in the detail material and the supporting system. Thus, when you learn about this system, you may upgrade the school education. At the same time, we want to encourage the some kind of new vehicle competition between Indonesian school and Korean school. Korea have this kind of competition in Korea. Thus, when we have this competition together, I think we can learn very effectively. Yeah, and that is a very important learning event to encourage the more student interest in the new vehicle and new technology. Because I want to do this project as soon as possible when I visit Indonesia in November, and we will discuss about this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Yang Sang Kim. It's a great opportunity then. We are waiting for your coming next month, right? Anything else would like to discuss, or is enough? Because it's quite a lot, the questions for the speakers.
Okay.
Perhaps we can move to the next sessions.
Yes.
We'll move to the question and answer session. Okay, let's take a look at the questions here. First, can you show it on the screen, please? Okay, this one, the first question is from the Ihsan Khairuddin. It is from vocational secondary education of 1 Garut. Do the TVET and the Indonesian Vocational Directorate have an understanding agreement plan to work together in arranging the new curriculum and the vocational school automotive teachers workshop of the electric car maintenance that finally can be applied at the vocational school in the near future?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps Mr. Yong Sung Kim first.
Okay, I think that is on a possible cooperation program among the Korean school and Indonesian school. So in Korea, we have many automobile technology teaching school. Thus, we can arrange maybe some school in Indonesian school and some Korean school can work together, and then I will arrange this kind of cooperation program. And there are many different the schools. They need a different demand. Thus, we need to make a right matching. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. The other speakers perhaps would like to ask or would like to respond for these questions. Okay, we move to the next questions then.
Okay.
It's from Pak Tarim, Mr. Tarim. He's from SMKS Bina Karya 2 Kerawang. Perhaps this question is for the Ministry of Industry of Republic of Indonesia. Pak Patia. The first question is how far is the development of the electric car market in Indonesia? And then this one is actually for Directorate of Secondary Education. Perhaps we will discuss it later. It's about the policy. What kind of policy for the secondary vocational school from government to anticipate the development of the technology of electric car? Perhaps Pak Patia first.
Okay, thank you for the question. For the development of electric car market, as I already present at the previous, right now the use of the electric car is still small comparing to motorcycle because of many boundaries such as the charging station and also the price of the car itself. As I already explained, that the car price are still most of the car still at above 500 million rupiah. It's still expensive comparing to the majority of the market share in Indonesia. But right now, the government are still try to make how to give more and more incentives also for the industries to produce the electric car in Indonesia, and also the Ministry of Mineral Resource also try to build more charging infrastructure in Indonesia, not only from the government but also from the private company. They welcoming the investment for the charging station, and also the vital one for the electric car is the battery. That's why we right now Indonesia already government makes some agreement with the big company for the investment of the battery. So we at the later we are not using the battery from import again, but we can try to produce the battery in Indonesia, in local. So the battery, as we know, make a highest cost from the electric car. So if we can reduce the price of the battery, we can also reduce the price of the car. I think that's how how far the development of electric car in Indonesia. Thank you.
Okay, the moderator.
Yeah.
Mr. Shin Sang-ho.
Yes, Mr. Kim.
Yes.
You would like to share some response here?
No, actually, Shin Sang-ho will answer to the first questions. Then I will translate.
Sure.
예. 교수님, 저 마이크 키시고 시작하시죠.
예. 그냥 우리나라말로 할까요?
네, 그럼 제가 통역하겠습니다.
예, 안녕하십니까. 질문 답변 드리도록 하겠습니다.
Hello, I will answer to the first question.
아까 말씀드렸던 것처럼 우리 학교 새로운 교육 과정은 2024년부터 적용이 됩니다.
As I presented in my presentation, our new electric vehicle curriculum will launch 2024.
그래서 내년은 2023년은 준비 단계로 부산시 교육청으로부터 5억 원 정도의 예산을 지원받아서 실습장 구축, 기자재 정비, 교과서 집필 등의 작업을 하게 됩니다.
This year and next year, we will prepare to implement new curriculum supported by Education Office in Busan.
예, 그리고 전기차 정비 과정으로 변화한다고 해서 완전히 새로운 커리큘럼으로 변화하는 것이 아니고 교육 과정은 40% 정도만 변경이 되고 기존의 내연기관 교육 과정도 같이 병행을 하게 됩니다.
Yeah, when you change the name of the curriculum from combustion engine automobile to electric car automobile, we think we will change only 40% of the curriculum content. We continue the other 60%.
예, 그래서 저희들이 올해 제네시스 GV70 전기차를 지금 구입을 했고 내년에 실습장을 새로 신축을 해서 준비를 완벽하게 할 계획으로 있습니다.
And we will procure the new electric car, the Genesis GV70 electric car, and then we will prepare the workshop and the other details next year.
예, 감사합니다.
Okay, this is our preparation for new curriculum implementation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kim. And any other speakers would like to share, or we move to the next one? Okay, actually, the explanation from Mr. Sang Ho Shin and Mr. Kim, actually, it is answer some of the questions related with the curriculum. Some of the schools are also asking about it. And then, Pak Patia, your explanation about the charging, I think it is answered. The next question is from Yusrizal Fadli. It is from SMK Negeri Penerbangan Aceh. He mentions about the concerning about the charging stations. He said that the population of electric vehicles has not met the government's expectations. I think the charging station issue is the main thing that needs to be prepared. And the question is, how far has the government made efforts to accelerate these charging stations in terms of regulation, location, and number of stations? I think this one is already answered by Pak Tia, right? Okay, now we move to the next question, since it is from Zulfa Salsabila. This one is special for you, Mr. Young Sang Kim. Mrs. Zulfa Salsabila from SMK 17th of August, Semarang. He's asking question about the new technology becomes a key skill of leadership. My question is, what is the right solution to build the skills of students? And especially there is a culture in your country is it mentions about pali. You have to be hurry, right? How is it? You can respond it, Mr. Kim.
Okay, yeah, I think the many Indonesian student teacher, they know some kind of the Korean culture and Korean language. That's when I visit Indonesia, some student, they ask to talk to me in Korean. Okay, pali means fast and faster. Fast and faster.